Would you strap yourself into a machine designed to survive 5,000 degrees, knowing its only defense has already failed? This isn't a theory, it's Artemis II. In 2022, NASA's Orion heat shield came back from the moon with 100 unexpected cracks and craters. It didn't just char, it exploded off in chunks, spallation. Yet, against the direct warnings of internal engineers, NASA is sending 4 human lives behind that exact same shield design. In an era defined by safety protocols, this is either the most calculated risk or the most reckless gamble in the history of human spaceflight. Why is NASA risking everything on a broken shield? Welcome to the Industrial Archive. To understand the crack, we first have to understand the skin. Orion's heat shield isn't just a slab of plastic, it's an engineering masterpiece made of Avcoat. This material has been NASA's gold standard since the Apollo era, but the way it's built today is incredibly complex. Imagine a massive honeycomb structure made of fiberglass. Each of the 300,000 tiny cells in that honeycomb must be filled by hand with a specialized resin. This resin is designed for ablation. Think of it like a sacrificial layer of skin. When you're out in the sun, you might get a sunburn where the top layer of skin dies to protect the tissue underneath. Ablation is the same, but on steroids. As Orion hits the atmosphere at Mach 32, the Avcoat is supposed to char, melt, and flake away, taking the heat with it. It's a controlled self-destruction. But during Artemis I, the destruction wasn't controlled, it was violent. When engineers inspected the shield, they didn't just find charring, they found spallation, meaning chunks of the shield had popped off like popcorn. This was the pressure cooker effect. Imagine you're baking a loaf of bread, but you forgot to score the top with a knife. As the dough heats up, steam builds up inside with nowhere to go. Eventually, the crust rips open or a chunk of the bread explodes outward. In space, as the Avcoat heated up, it turned into gas. In a perfect world, these gases escape through microscopic pores in the material. But for some reason, the Artemis I shield was too tight. The gases were trapped, the internal pressure skyrocketed, and the shield literally sneezed off its own skin. If a chunk too large pops off, the underlying structure and the astronauts could be exposed to direct plasma. You might ask, why is NASA so worried about a few cracks? The answer lies in 2003. The Space Shuttle Columbia was lost because a small piece of foam, no bigger than a briefcase, punched a hole in the thermal protection system on the wing. During re-entry, superheated plasma entered that hole and melted the shuttle from the inside out. NASA engineers live with the ghost of Columbia. Every crack in a heat shield is a potential entry point for disaster. The Office of Inspector General, OIG, issued a blistering report warning that NASA hadn't fully understood the root cause of the Artemis I cracking. So why not just build a new shield? Because of the industrial bottleneck, replacing the shield would require stripping the entire Orion capsule, a process that would delay the mission by 24 months and cost billions. NASA was caught between a safety nightmare and a political deadline. NASA's solution isn't a new shield, it's a new way to fly. On Artemis I, Orion used a skip entry, bouncing off the atmosphere like a stone on a pond. This created multiple heat pulses and extreme pressure changes that the shield couldn't handle. For Artemis II, they are tweaking the trajectory to a lofted entry. Imagine sliding down a playground slide. If the slide has bumps, skip entry, you hit each bump with a jarring thud. But if the slide is one smooth, long curve, lofted entry, you descend steadily. By staying in the atmosphere longer and descending at a more constant rate, they reduce the thermal shock that causes the internal gases to explode. NASA's engineers have run the simulations millions of times. They believe that even if the cracking happens again, the lofted path keeps the temperature low enough that the structural integrity of the capsule will hold. It is a calculated risk, betting that their math is stronger than the flaws in the material. Engineering is rarely about perfection. It's about managing the known unknowns. NASA is confident, but the stakes couldn't be higher. On Artemis II, there are no test dummies. There are 4 humans counting on a trajectory change to keep them from vaporizing. What do you think? Is NASA being bold or reckless? Would you strap into a seat protected by a shield that's known to crack? Let's discuss in the comments. This is the Industrial Archive.